All right, guys, it's late in the night. I don't want to take up too much of your time. This is a really quick stream. I know it's very late in the night. Actually, it's 1:11 a.m. But I had to drink water to make sure I could calm down before I go to sleep. So that's why I'm doing this video here. As you can see, the title: DC TV and Marvel fans attraction to DC to negatively talk about it. And what am I talking about specifically? Well, for me to talk about this specifically, I need to show you what I'm talking about, right? So first things first, let me go to screen share. Okay, that's the screen share here. And I'm going to the Titans official Comic-Con trailer. So in San Diego Comic-Con, we have the official Titans trailer right here. I just want to blow it up a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. This is on YouTube. And the trailer played. Now, some of you haven't seen the trailer. Some of you have seen it. It's really cool, in my opinion. I like it. And what was interesting about that is the amount of comments that came through here. Now, first of all, Joe Blow, this is from Joe Blow. He says, this looks pretty damn insane. What does everybody think? Right? I have a lot of replies down below. A lot of people liked it. Oh, this is not popping up right now, but that's okay. So I'll just leave that alone. Okay, it popped up. It says, a guy who loves grindhouse genre. I like it, but I expected more. Understandable. We'll see when the series hits for sure, as the trailer might be just a taste. A guy said it's bad. I don't really like the direction. Some guy says Starfire looks bad as F. So did the same showrunners for Inhumans, are they making this? So somebody who talks about Marvel. Some person was saying he hates Starfire and Raven. Another guy says, I'll give it a shot. I mean, anything's better than Teen Titans Go, but I'm hesitant to the changes to Starfire and so on. Okay. So those are some of the responses, but I want to show you guys some more. So let me show you what they actually said. So LS says, Teen Angst Titans, was the emo phase even a phase? And then I stopped at Starfire, Sailor, Wind, X, Dreamer. They never have real names. I stopped at Starfire, like, with what the hell, looks nothing like that at all. The hair, the firepower is not her. While watching this, my mind returns to Suicide Squad. That can't be a good sign. No Cyborg, creepy, dark theme, horrible editing, horrible CGI. Yep, this is absolute garbage. Teen Titans Go is the worst DC show ever. Titans hold my beer. So Starfire isn't really green. This is so disappointing. Starfire is never green, by the way. Oh, Starfire's fire isn't green. Okay. I think I'm going to stick with fan-made ones. This guy says, please, DC, I'm trying to hope for this series, but I'm losing that hope. At first, I was really excited. Then, upon seeing what Starfire's costume was, and then this trailer with Dick's characterization, overabundance of violence. Cullum Flint says, maybe we should take a look at the books and the shows and try to capture the spirit of this property that made it so beloved. Nah, boy. I read some fanfic, and my friend makes After Effects tutorial on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure we can just wing it. This is the episode of Teen Titans Go where they go full edgy and emotional. This looks like doo-doo. When Robin said, fuck, Batman, I died lying. Boy, Batman threw you out on the streets. Being this is too damn emo. Starfire looks like a prostitute. This, as a black guy, I wouldn't have made Starfire black. A guy is trying to claim he's black. Come on, make her Asian. That would have been far better. Can we just get more seasons to the original Teen Titans cartoon? Because that's what we really want. Wow, I never thought I'd prefer Teen Titans Go over something else. Where Cyborg, I dare Robin to say that to Batman. Are you guys really going to look me in the eye and tell me this doesn't look fan-made? Why aren't there more dislikes? Because one garbage Teen Titans series is not enough. Crush our childhoods. Deadpool was right about DCU's. Oh boy. I hate that current generations takes an original iconic character series and make them look like a random black person. Like, why? A lot of racially and racist motivated comments, by the way. Here's this one. Oh God, DC, I love y'all, but you guys really messed up on Starfire, especially. Yikes. I'll give it a chance, though it looks like Robin acts more like Damian Wayne than Dick Grayson. Okay. Teen Titans don't go. Should have let CW do the Titans. It's like DC never got past the success of the Dark Knight trilogy and decided, hey, darkness sells, so let's keep it going. Yikes. Oh, no. That Robin boy looks like Andrew Garfield and Grant Gustin's child. Suddenly, Teen Titans Go doesn't look so bad. Literally no distinction between. So most of the comments is that it's dark and it's emo and, you know, it's not like Teen Titans Go, okay? Another guy says, I wasted 2 years of my life. But most of these comments, if you're really paying attention, this guy says it's too dark. I'm not just talking about Starfire. If you pay attention to what all these people are saying about it being dark and dark and dark, you got to ask yourself a question. Jonah Anderson says, DC has forgotten the difference between Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. Thumbs down. Okay. Just listen to all these comments. And in fact, another guy says, wow, this looks horrible. Did somebody find a crappy late 90s digital camera and editing software and ask their high school buddies to make a really bad fan film? Edgy gore with a foul mouth don't make you a contender with Marvel's Netflix series. So immediately you see this guy talking about Marvel. And let me be honest with you guys. This is what's really going on, okay? A lot of these Marvel fans are crashing down on DC sites. They're actually excited to see DC movies. And then what they do is they say they're foul mouths. They speak negatively about it. So what you will find is initially you get DC fans coming up on those sites and actually speaking positively about it. And then these Marvel fans, they come in and they actually, and this is how I'm going to expose these guys. I'm going to expose them and show them that they don't know DC Comics and they don't know what they're talking about. All right. Wow, it looks horrible. So all of this stuff is just exaggeration, hyperbole. And they know if they could say it more often and have a whole set of their people come in and say that things about DC fans will actually be swayed by their comments. But these are not DC fans, and I'll expose why I'm telling you that, so you guys will be you will open your mind to that. You know, another guy, Joker Scene, says at least the music is on point. It's madness that this piece of shit can be considered a Titans show. Remember what he said, eh? By the way, this is not Teen Titans. This is Titans. It's called DC Titans. Very important for you to remember. But we'll go get back to that in time. Day in the life of Dilja, whatever. At this point, I don't think DC knows what the Teen Titans are anymore. Again, this is not Teen Titans. It's DC Titans. Zoom Manjo, Marvel. Well, it looks like Inhumans is the worst comic book TV series of all time. DC, hold my beer. Again, referring to Marvel. And that should hint you in that all these people coming in and speaking and trolling, they're Marvel fans. All right, let me show you something, though. Let me show you something. So, I'm going to scroll down and really show you how I expose these people. All right, so one guy, yes, this guy. Well, this guy, he says it's Gotham all over again. Damn, I know the world's not exactly a happy place, but man, comics were my escape for many years. Escape. You hear that word, escape? That should tell you from the get-go, this person's more of a Marvel fan. What I have used to encourage my son to read, now again, I have to tell him you can't watch it. It's too violent. Not only that, it's a TVMA movie, man. Come on, dude. He knows the Titans from Teen Titans Go, which we love, precisely because how crazy and cartoony it is. Okay, that pretty much sums up this Marvel fan. He's a Marvel fan. So that's the kind of thing we see over and over again here. I even actually said, oh, Marvel fan, go away from here. This guy, who obviously is a real DC fan, Daniel Cotterton, he says, why people complain about DC being dark? Read the comics. They're dark. Batman especially is dark. What makes him great in his stories? Nothing wrong with the dark approach. Marvel does the light approach. I'd rather have something different than just a copy. And the interesting thing is, if Daniel Cotterton actually, as he said, read the comics, and if you've actually read the comics on DC Titans, notice the topic, notice the heading. It's not Teen Titans, it's DC Titans. Now, if you go and read the comics DC Teen Titans, it's different to some degree than DC Titans, okay? Which was a comic that came out in 2008. But anyways, I want to show you guys something because okay, this is the guy here. B. Casted. He said, maybe it's just me, but this show seems to focus on Raven and Robin. That's what they said. Possibly even becoming close as a couple, which is not how Teen Titans in the comics or show ever went down. Okay, that's what you say. It was always Robin and Starfire, Beast Boy and Raven, Cyborg and Saracen. These are the official couplings that have made in both the show and comics. I'm not much of fan fiction, but I'm pissed at the fact that this thing can't maintain the consistency of anything canon. Remember what he said, right? Starfire's power is fire instead of Tamarian starbolts. Well fucking done, DC. The CG is terrible. Robin kills people and says fuck Batman, despite in the show and comic. Once again, he has no animosity towards the Dark Knight. He's just tired of living in his shadow. Remember what he said there. Their costumes look like utter trash, Beast Boy and Starfire especially. And finally, the storyline that they're going for seems both uninteresting. Fucking thing, man. Uninteresting and fan-made. Not to hate on fan films, as they are amazing, but the few that aren't pretty much identified with this movie show. I don't know what this is, and to be quite frank, I don't care. I already know I'm not going to watch it. The fuck, man? Go back. Times, man. In the end, guys, can we just all agree that this piece of trash is non-canon? DC can't do anything right. Like, who the fuck is coming up with these ideas? Fire him. Right. So, he said this is not canon. Right? And I had to expose his ass. I laughed and exposed his ass. But before that, I want to show you guys why this guy is not a true DC fan. He does not read DC comics. He does not know that there are variations of characters. And this is one variation of the characters that they decided to approach with. They decided to go a bit hardcore with it. Okay? And how hardcore, I don't know. But they decided to go hardcore with it. And we'll see how it goes. But I am interested in it. And it's not just because of the brutality and the grinding, but just the fact of their approach, which is pretty unique. Now, as I said before, there are a lot of Marvel fans trolling on this thing, and you think they're DC fans. But they're really Marvel fans coming to see what DC has to bring to the table. That's really what's going on, which is why you hear them say it's so dark, it's so edgy, it's so emo. Those comments don't come from DC fans, generally speaking. Okay? DC fans support their franchise. So a lot of them who say they're DC fans, they really go and watch the MCU. And they say they're DC fans. Okay? But they're not. Okay? Now, let me show you guys something. He said Teen Titans didn't do those things. Okay? And, Dick Grayson, because that's Dick Grayson you're watching, that Dick Grayson, who is the Robin in this one, in Teen Titans, he doesn't behave that way. This here is Titans. This was the first issue of Titans from 2008. Okay? And I want to show you how this particular trailer goes. All right? Now watch at the progress of the trailer and watch at the progress of the comic book, the first issue. So I'm just going to kind of move along on the trailer here. Notice the warning, TVMA. What you're about to watch contains explicit language, adult themes, violence, and may not be suitable for viewers under 18 years of age. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. So this is obviously the streaming service like HBO, like Cinemax, like some parts of Netflix, is for more mature audiences. Hence, TV mature audience. Okay, this is not geared for little kiddies, right? So the first when I hear this guy say he's so excited, and you see the warning in the beginning, and yet you disregard that, and it tells me your mindset. You're not. This is obviously for an adult audience. That's the first thing. It's common sense. They give you that warning. All right. So it ain't for your little kitty boy. It's not for your little kitty child to see. It's for you, an adult, to see. If you want to see it. If you don't like cursing and swearing, probably won't watch it. All right? Because it's going to be hardcore. And what they showed you that this is going to be hardcore. Okay? And they probably just give you the tip of the iceberg. Now, having said all of that, let's see how it progresses. Because remember, the guy below said this is not going according to comics. A lot of people saying this is not how Teen Titans is. First of all, I would like you to pay attention. This is not Teen Titans. It's not named that. It's called DC Titans. And that therefore should give you a hint as to where they're drawing their information from. Right? So this is Raven here walking in. And Raven has a demonic, she has demonic spirits in her. She's born of Satan and another person. Okay, that's what Raven is. Okay. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have told you all of that, but nonetheless. So here she is. She finds Dick Grayson. Okay, literally Dick Grayson's name is seen here because he has a history. Here it is. Hold up. Let me see. Hold on a second. We'll see it somewhere here. Or maybe. Yeah, I think I passed it. Let me see. Okay, so you should see it somewhere here. There it is. The Flying Graysons, right? So this is not Jason Todd. This is not Damian Wayne. Okay, this is not Tim Drake. Okay, this is Dick Grayson we're talking about. All right, and Dick Grayson is the Robin. He's probably going to become the Nightwing. Okay, so yes, he does look like the Flash from the CW, no doubt about that. But what is interesting is you see Dick Grayson here, and he's speaking to Raven. And Raven is giving her a dark secret in those dark stories. So we see Dick Grayson and Raven, all right? We get a little history of Dick Grayson. And we see Dick Grayson is filled with rage, okay? Now, the most important thing is you see Dick Grayson in action as the Robin, right? And you see him take out these guys. Let's see if I can find him here. So there they are. They're shooting at him, and he takes them out. Now, he doesn't kill anyone. People are saying he killed somebody. He didn't kill anybody. Let me just show you a little bit of the scene. He steps on a guy's foot. He says, fuck Batman. When they say, oh, here comes Batman, right? He says, fuck Batman. Let me see if I can get more of the action here. You can see. All right, this is them shooting him here. Oh, yeah. Wait, how he dropped down was really cool, man. Let me show you that. I don't know if did we show him dropping down? There it is. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's almost like freaking Watchmen how he dropped down. Watch it again. You know what? I'm gonna slow that shit down. That's just so dope. So you can slow down the speed of your video by doing this, right? I just want to show you guys this because I just think it's dope, super dope. Look at this. They really kind of mix the speeds of it to make it really look sick. There it is. Anyways, so he takes on these criminals, right? Just like how Batman did in BVS. He ducks one, and he just, wow, he really slashes that guy. Takes down the other two, and says, fuck Batman, and rides off, right? All right, so Dick Grayson took on all these different people, right? He's fighting, right? So, whoa. Yo. Dave Ethan says, hi again, Anderson. Yes, hypocrisy and hate is so strong with these people. Vega Thorne says, do you have gripes, if any, with the trailer? Hold on, brother. Let's go through the trailer first. Because, see, I'm making a point first. I can talk about my gripes later. But I first of all, I'm going to talk about this trailer, okay? So, you saw Dick Grayson taking out some people, right? You also met Raven. And it's focused around Raven and Dick Grayson. Now, here's the thing. I told you guys this is based on DC Titans 2008. See, a lot of you people don't do no damn homework. So you never know where the director or the people are coming from. And you know, all of these jackasses out here, they say they read comic books. They don't fucking read no fucking comic books, man. They don't, because they don't do their homework. The name of the thing is DC Titans. So you got to go check out DC Titans. All right, so let's check it out. How does DC Titans begin? With Mr. Dick Grayson. He's not the Robin. He is Nightwing. And he drops down, and there's some gangsters all around him. All right. And they come in to take him out. All right. And what does he do? Kick some ass, and there's blood and gore. Okay. I mean, it's extremely bloody. Look at that shit. Busting up people's heads and bloodying them up with his blades and stuff. All right. And guess what? In the end, a guy gets his head chopped open with a sword because a guy was throwing at Dick Grayson. Okay. He kills that dude. Now, Batman's there. He doesn't say fuck Batman in that case. Batman and him talk. But the point is that it's bloody in these comics, man. It's always bloody. And again, I don't know if Dick Grayson killed anybody, right? But he sure as hell beat the shit out of those fellas. And he was bloody. It was bloody, right? You see the blood splat on him. That tells me that this is going to be edgy as hell. I like that. I like that. Now, I don't know if they're going to still approach it like the CW. And I'm going to talk about what it looks like. Doesn't mean that's what it's going to be. But that's the impression I get, kind of like it's still kind of CW-ish. You know, when I first looked at Krypton, I also felt the same way. But maybe it's not. Because, you know, this TVMA. So we don't know how far this is going to go, right? All right. Now, you know that this is going to be centered around Raven, right? I'm going to come back to this. So I'm going to show you the rest of this stuff here. So here's Raven, all right? And you see her amassing her powers, abilities, and skills and stuff. And you see that she can't control the evil within her. And there's this Beast Boy right here. Beast Boy flying, you know, jumping through the air and doing his thing. You know, he can come into different animals and stuff. And this is Starfire, Star Sapphire, right? And people were talking about how she don't look like Star Sapphire, and she's doing things that Star Sapphire don't do. By the way, Star Sapphire have green eyes. People say she's purple, but Star Sapphire is not purple. And you know what? I'm going to show you guys something. Since we in Titans, right? And what people forget is in DC, we're seeing the characters early, and then they will morph into something else. First of all, Raven. Look at here. If you know about the first issue of DC Titans, you would know it's centered around Raven. So this is Raven here. All right. She's making room for her father. Her father's the devil. Okay. She moves down to Trigon. Trigon is the devil. And she's talking to her father. And shit happens, right? And they're talking to her. And she's saying, your mother joined a cult. Guy says, mine got together the same way. And she says, your mother joined a cult that tried to raise Satan and was offered up as a bride for a demonic lord of the underworld, which would be Trigon. Not exactly, but they met at a sleepaway camp. It was kind of a funny joke there. So it's centered around Raven. And the entire first story is centered around Raven. Okay? In the comics. If people didn't know. And this is Star Sapphire here. And Star Sapphire really does look like a black woman. You know, people don't really talk much about it, but she looked black. She black. She got a tan and everything. Star Sapphire black, right? So it's weird when I see people talking about, look at this Beast Boy right here, right? It's weird when I see people look at Star Sapphire here, and all of a sudden, Star Sapphire is a problem with Star Sapphire. You want her to be scantily clothed and stuff. She's a black woman, so all of a sudden, oh, she can't be black. You know, the racist bullshit again. She can't be black. You don't even know what she can do. You don't know nothing, but she can't be black. You know what I'm saying? And she looked terrible, and her outfit looked terrible. How you know? You don't know? You haven't watched the movie yet, right? We just getting little flashes of these characters. You don't know what the hell this character can do, which is she's hurling fire there. That's not no thunderbolt, no bullshit like that. She's hurling fire, okay? Clearly, that's fire. All right, and we saw Beast Boy a minute ago. That's her right there. So that's why this thing is, and you can see she looks demonic there. Yeah, and that's why this thing is grounded. So what they did was they ground these characters a bit. That's what they did. We saw Beast Boy. I think we saw what's the name? Oh man, this scene was sick. I love this scene. Again, it feels like something from Watchmen. Check this out. Spins it and just, whoa. Hey, look at this character here. Is this something Owl? You guys know who this character is. That's sick. And there's another character here. You know, Titans has a number of characters, right? So, you know, Wonder Girl is supposed to be in there and stuff like that. Yeah. Look at this guy. So I mean, it's really cool to see these different characters in there. This guy, he got busted up really bad. And like she electrocuted that dude and then smashed him in the head. So my point anyway is that they're saying, you know, they're saying certain things about certain characters. And by the way, that's Damian Wayne looking Robin, you know, the outfit that, you know, the rebirth and the New 52 and stuff. So this is her here. And this is when she's going to do some shit, man. She's going to do some shit right here. And that shit actually, I see DC Titans. That shit is actually what she does. Raven does that kind of shit, right? From the comics. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this. All right, I wanted to show you guys this. Of course, Cyborg's in there, but Cyborg wasn't there in any other thing. And my point being, they say it's not from the comics. This thing is not based on the comics. It's not based on the comics. You know, the comics are different. No, it is based on the comics. It is based on the comics, but the comic that it's based on is DC Titans. That's what they're basing this off of. And it's really strange to see these people talk about they are Hawk and Dove. Thank you very much. It's funny to see these people talking about these comics and they don't really know what the hell they're seeing in the comics. You know what I'm saying? And this negativity towards DC, I don't think it's DC fans doing that. I really think that it's more Marvel fans doing that. They're coming through and trying to flood their opinion on things and attack DC where they can. Now, it is gritty. It is edgy. I don't know how much of it will be. Well, obviously it's TVMA, so it's not going to be no CW sort of stuff. People are talking about, you know, it's like it's trying to be like Marvel and Daredevil, and it's like nobody's trying to be like Marvel here. All right, obviously they're trying to do something different. And just like with Krypton, when you first initially see Krypton, you're not really impressed by it, or you know, you think, oh man, this thing's kind of like a wannabe kind of, you know, it's kind of serious, and then when you get into like the second episode of Krypton, you're like, God damn, this is good. This shit is good. I can overlook certain things, and I actually feel that the DC Titans is actually going to be maybe even better than Krypton in terms of, you know, how grounded it will be and also what it might bring to the table. And initially the characters, again, the nice thing about DC characters is they're constantly evolving. It's not like they just have certain powers and gifts and that's it. No, they're constantly evolving. And you can see that this is going to be a journey for Raven for sure. She's got to discover herself. And we're going to find out about Nightwing, not Nightwing. He may become Nightwing, but at the present moment, he's still Robin, right? We see the R he throws and stuff. So he's had his journey, it seems. And then we have all these other ancillary characters and how these characters come together and all of that is interesting. And man, we might even see Wonder Girl. So I'm just kind of really excited for what we're going to see. And hopefully this is not going to be like the CW. That's the only thing. I don't want it to be CW-ish. I don't want it to be teeny bopper, but I understand the Titans are teens, some of them. So it's going to be kind of, you know, it's going to be, but I wonder how much. Now, in terms of the trailer, I didn't find this trailer the strongest trailer in the world, but I ended up watching it again and again and again because it kind of got my attention, especially the graphic violence in it. And when Dick Grayson said, fuck Batman, I was like, yeah, okay. He really said that? I rolled it back first because I couldn't believe he just said that. So I was like, yeah. So the trailer itself is not the greatest trailer in the world, but it's because it just gives you little pieces. Nothing really significant. And they just kind of base it off of Raven. Raven is the center of this trailer. The other thing is people are saying that Grayson and Raven, they're gonna come together and love each other or something. I didn't see that. What I saw was Grayson trying to kind of get Raven to get in control of her powers. You see, I saw Dick Grayson trying to get her to control herself. I didn't really see him any romantic anything or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, in Titans, you know, different people get along with each other, right? Robin sometimes get along with Starfire, and sometimes not, right? Sometimes they just mess around with each other. So I'm not too sure what that's all about. But at the end of the day, we're starting with the original lineup per se, and then we got Dove and the other guy. I forgot what the other guy's name is. Hawk. Yeah, Hawk and Dove. We got them added to the pack, and we don't know how many other people we're gonna see. Right? There were some other people in the background, so it's really interesting, in my opinion, what Titans may be bringing to the table. You guys can also like the video. It's up to you guys if you want to like it or not. But at the end of the day, that's what it brings to the table. So that's what I'm interested in. And again, people write off things, you know, like when, like I said, when I was talking to you guys about Aquaman, you know, I began to see where James Wan was very consistent in what he was saying all the time about Aquaman. You know, he was very consistent in what he was saying. So it was basically, again, you have to see where the director's coming from. You don't expect every film and every, you know, one of the things I've noticed about fans that's really retarded and stupid. After the Dark Knight trilogy, they expected the Dark Knight trilogy again. That's like so stupid. Like, people don't have imaginations. They don't have creativity. So the DCU comes on board and they're like, oh, that's not like the Dark Knight. And I've still listened to these stupid ass fans talk about the Dark Knight trilogy, that was the best thing, the Dark Knight trilogy. And they can't get over the Dark Knight trilogy and move on and see that people can do other creative things. Again, the people who support Zack Snyder, they feel everything must be Zack Snyder. So these dumbasses think that David Ayer's stuff wasn't that great and Patty Jenkins' stuff wasn't that great and so on. No, you have different directors and they bring different things to the table. You have the DC TV streaming service. It's going to bring something different to the table. You have to be able to see, okay, you find out if that's your thing or not. But at the end of the day, bad-mouthing something without your basic knowledge and just speaking out of hate is an asinine way to go. Look at the president of the United States right now, how he's kissing Russia's ass, and everybody sees he's a big traitor, right? And he's trying to spin back his words now, but he's a fucking traitor as far as I'm concerned. They should need to get him out of office, right? Like tomorrow, okay? Because the dude's a traitor. You have to know what's going on, right? You have to know when you respect things and when you don't respect things. People who speak out of hate say some really dumbass shit because they hate and they never help anybody around them and they never be constructive. These people saying, oh, it's not comic book related and blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. You don't read comic books to be able to say that. I just pulled up a freaking comic book, DC Titans 2008. You can go ahead and read all those episodes inside of it. There's just, you know, there's issue after issue on that fucking shit. And so don't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't read all the comics, don't say that. Be humble. Go look, see where it comes from. What comic, what issue, and then talk. And that's the problem I have with these people. They talk out of their ass. They talk what other people say, or they talk out of hate. They never try to understand. And I like, where did this come from? Okay, it's edgy and stuff. I'm not used to that because I always used to the Teen Titans Go on TV. Don't tell me about no fucking comic book and you only watching television. You only know the Teen Titans from Cartoon Network on TV. Okay, so you probably expect something like that. Okay, but it wasn't that. Okay, then why don't you go and check out where they're getting their inspiration from? Don't just talk like a dumbass. And we got all these people, they talk emotionally, but it's a set of shit they talk. They never really talk sense. And some of these people are paid to talk shit. That's what pisses me off, man. The hypocrisy, the insincerity. If you're going to say something critical, make it something that when the people who are putting out the material hear your criticisms, it's worth the while. Otherwise, continuously will get commercialized pieces of shit like what we are getting from the MCU currently. Okay? So real DCEU fans, like I always say, real DCEU fans know to be able to separate the shit from people who are really making sense. And we got a lot of fake ass MCU fans rolling in because they actually like what DC has, because there ain't no fucking DC fan going across to the MCU and talking about the MCU. They are all coming to the DC. Do you realize that, people? They're coming to the DC. They're shit talking, but they're coming. So fuck them. Sorry about the cursing and swearing. I'm kind of a little bit, you know, I'm kind of going on the deep. I'm saying to you guys, in other words, what I'm saying to you guys is you have to be able to separate the shit talkers from the people who are actually making sense. I'm tired of the bullshit. And we got a lot of bullshitters out here. And we got a big fat bullshitter running they're supposed to be the head of the known world, whose ass needs to be in a jail cell right now for being a fucking traitor. Okay? That's all I got to say. Maybe it's late in the night. I should have probably gone to sleep. But my point anyway is this. Maybe I'm using the media the wrong way, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. But my point anyway is this, that I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the bullshit and the politics and people being sleazy and underhand to try and chop down something they know is superior to something else. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. That's why sometimes I defend Warner Brothers, because I understand the landslide of negativity towards them is unfair to them. They do make some stupid decisions, but some of the decisions they make, man, I'm 100% behind them. And they're risky decisions and they're art-worthy decisions. I know there are people who work for other agencies and other things in Marvel and in the MCU. And I'm not blaming nobody, no director in the MCU per se. I'm not blaming anybody in the MCU per se who's actually working in the business field of movie making, because I don't believe that these people share that opinion. All right, I just watched a film by the guy who plays Captain America, and it was a fantastic film about him and his daughter. And you know, I'm not going to stereotype these actors. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate on them. You know, I'm glad they're getting roles and stuff. And the people in the business, again, I don't really have any hate or malice towards them, right? But what I don't like is the hypocrisy that is going on out here. Okay. Now, what are my criticisms about the trailer? Like I said, it wasn't the sharpest trailer in the world. So if you really want to know my honest opinion about it, at first, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, this looks like a CW thing. They're like trying to be hardcore. And then all of a sudden I heard fuck Batman, and that kind of changed my mind. And even though I wanted to shake it off like Titans. Okay, yeah, right. I was like, you know what? This thing, I watched it again, and I watched it a second time. And that's what got my attention. And then I began, I was like, it's not the hottest thing in the world, but there's something to this trailer that roped me in. You know what I'm saying? The music itself is kind of generic, even though the song is talking about being mad. Because it reminds me of the CW somewhat. And then, the acting sometimes is, the characters kind of look generic. Like, the guy looks like kind of like the Flash, kind of looks like a clean cut boy, but that don't mean nothing. And the girl kind of is like, she reminds me of, what's her name? Shit, from the X-Men. You guys know what I'm talking about. I drew a blank again. From the X-Men, I think it was from X-Men 2. X2, I think it was called. She touches people and she sucks their energy from them. You know what I'm talking about. It just kind of reminded me of her, the depiction of her, like she's afraid of the monster within her. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of falls in line with what would happen with somebody, And so it's very interesting, man. It's very interesting, and that's what I'm saying. And so even though certain things are stereotypical, I gotta say though that it intrigued me enough to say, you know what, I need to check this shit out. You know what I'm saying? I need to check this shit out. All right. Yeah, Dave Ethan, man, have a good sleep, bro. I should have slept. I know I just cursed and swear. That was not good. Sorry about that, bro. It just kind of got to me sometimes, man, some of these fans, man, and they're not fans. Some of them are not fans. Some of them are actually MCU fans that come across to the DCU because they're kind of attracted to something new. And again, that's the thing about the DCU, or something about the DC films, is the DC stuff that's coming out. A lot of people come. All right. It doesn't mean that these people are DC fans. So we have to remember that all the time. And of course, most people like jokes. They like funny and gay and happy and glad and sunshine shining out your butt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not into that. Okay. HT Hurt. Amen. HT Hurt, man. Shout out to you, man. How's it going, guys? He laughed. Dave Ethan says, getting sleepy, T Hurt. All right, man. Go in your bed and get your rest, bro, because you got to work tomorrow. Me too. Vegaton says, DZ is not going to stop. They have a plan. Go Aquaman. Let's go. Yes, sir. Vegaton says, you're talking about Rogue. Yes, Rogue from X-Men. Oh, my God. Yeah. Dude, I forgot her name. The actor who played Rogue, she did a great job as well, right? But it kind of reminded me of certain things before. But I'm pretty sure that TV series is not what we think it is as it's advertised. It's probably going to go down a different road, just like Krypton. Krypton, we thought we knew what Krypton was, and then we found out Krypton was a totally different thing. And so, I have a feeling Titan's going to go down a different road as well. And I have a assurance, just like with Krypton, there's going to be some humor in it, some levity in it. But I don't know if Jeff Johns has anything to do with Titans, but if he does, it's going to kind of, as edgy as it is, they may take some edge off of it, because he took some edge off of Krypton. Clearly, David Goyer wanted to do something else, but it is what it is. So, but it's still, Krypton is still pretty good for television. I'm hoping that Titans, since this is their streaming service, I'm assuming they're going to let everything rip. They're going to let the directors do whatever the heck they want to do, which means this could be very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? T Hurt says, I feel you. I just got off of work. I've been watching for a while now. I figured I'd join the chat. Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks. Thank you very much, man. You know, there's certain things in DC's bringing out right now that really get me excited about the DCEU. So I'm really happy. Not DCEU, but about DC in general. You know, finally some entertainment for adults that is edgy and it's really kind of geared for adults. I really enjoyed Krypton up to the last 5 minutes. I always tell everybody that last 5 minutes still, I just don't like it. But other than that, I really enjoyed Krypton. Okay, I really did. And yeah, they didn't always get everything right, but I enjoyed it. And Titans looks like it has the potential to do something like that. Titans could take it in a different direction. So you got the CW there already. You know what I'm saying? We already got the CW, right? Fox got Gotham for whatever demographic likes Gotham. I don't particularly like Gotham, okay? And then you have Sci-Fi has Krypton, right? Then you got all these little comic book cartoons out there, right? From Cartoon Network and all these other things. They have the little cartoons going, right? And I've been covering Comic-Con, man. If you have been paying attention, I've been covering Comic-Con concerning Aquaman, particularly. Didn't really have anything new, or Shazam, but I've been covering it concerning Aquaman. So just look at my previous videos. But when it comes to their streaming service, this could be very interesting. And the other important thing is they probably can stream other things on their streaming service. So they're going to be doing Doom Patrol. They're going to be doing this. They're going to be doing something else. I can't remember what it is. There's 3 things, right? And so I'm interested, man. I'm roped in. They're talking about they don't see Cyborg in the Titans. Well, Cyborg's not going to be the first thing they show, man. You gotta, like, a lot of things people just don't get. Like, they want everything at once. They're just giving you a taste of what's to come. You don't need to see everything, you know, in a trailer. That's another thing. I just don't understand these people, man. So, you know, bitching in a moment like idiots, man. So at the end of the day, Joe Blow was really blown away by what it was they were actually presenting. And in San Diego Comic-Con, it probably is interesting. You know, that would blow you away as well. Talking about that, in San Diego Comic-Con, they're supposed to tell you what's going to come for Krypton season 2. So I'm looking forward to that. Swamp Thing. Oh shit, they're going to do Swamp Thing. Damn, that's going to be great. That's going to be, depends on how they approach it. Swamp Thing. Oh my gosh. After so many years of having the Swamp Thing movie somewhere back in the 80s or 90s, I can't remember, and then having a Swamp Thing television series, they're actually going to do Swamp Thing again. That's great. That's great. The only thing I have to say about what I saw with Titans was that I found the set design looked more like the CW set design. So they still had a kind of CW-ish kind of set design look to it. So I'm hoping that it can somehow improve that and have a better set design for that. But hopefully, again, they will have some edge, because I love that little alley thing where he was in the alleyway fighting those guys. And I love the slow-mo, the stop time slow-mo kind of thing that they did. They mixed speed with slow-mo. And so this is probably taking it up even a further notch. And I'm really looking forward to that as well. And again, the CW serves its purpose. You see what I'm saying? CW serves its purpose. So they have the CW there. They got this streaming service here. They got the cartoons and stuff there. They got the Sci-Fi Channel doing its thing there, and then they got the movies. So I find that they really are attacking it at different levels, and I actually enjoy that. And I know they want to go to a streaming service eventually. They don't want to just do everything in the cinema. So it's nice that they actually form their own streaming service. We'll see how people support that. I'll definitely try to support it myself, their streaming service, and see what's going on. If I'm interested in whatever, if a season really is good, I'll stick with them. If the season's not that great, then I'm just going to bail, right? Right. So that's basically that. Vegathon says they have animated shows as well, and they have animated movies. Vegathon says, I believe there's a live-action Metropolis show in the works as well. Metropolis? Freak. That's cool. That's cool. That's dope. Vegathon says, DC's a busy bee. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I just hope they don't spread themselves too thin, but yeah, that's good. Um, and I always believe that they're still continuing what Zack Snyder has started for them in the DC EU, their films, and so it's good. It's good what I'm seeing. The only thing, like I said before, is Warner Brothers. I'm hoping will release the Snyder cut, finished or unfinished. Release it. Let it be free to breathe, and let if you know if you give it to Zack and he's working on it, fine. But whatever, you know what I'm saying. Don't just sweep it under the rug. HT here says I'm sold on the animated shows already. Low. Some of the animated shows and some of the animated movies I enjoy. Some of them I don't. I'll be honest with you. You know, some of them it's not my thing. Like everybody raves over Justice League War. I didn't find it that great. I'll be honest with you. Um, let me tell you what I liked. I liked Flashpoint Paradox. I love that. Again, graphic, uh, interesting story, interwoven story, lovely story. Enjoyed that. I what else did I like? There are a couple of them. There's a couple of them that was interesting. Um, but very graphic movies. I like that too. Vegason says, "Did you sign up for the bets for the streaming service?" Not yet. Not yet. I can't. Not yet. I can't do it just like that. I have to do it via my. I have to get a credit card, a debit card. So I have to get my debit card first to be able to do that. I'll get it soon, and then I'll be able to do that. Yep, absolutely. I think I'll get the streaming service for that. I think I'll get the streaming service because I want to see that stuff. Begathon says, "Cause you get shows, comics, movies, a big community of DC fans. Great place for all of us." Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna try and order, to get their streaming service. I definitely will try and get that. Yeah. Anyway, guys, man, I just wanted to do that. I know Vegaton, you warming up. You really want to talk. We will talk a little bit later on. Catch me on Facebook. I always invite everybody to Justice League Unite. That's still a group that we can check out. We're really pushing for the Snyder Cut right now. Heavy hashtag release the Snyder Cut. And hopefully there's a good representation of us in Comic-Con. And hopefully all of us will express our love for Zack Snyder. And I hope that we will be able to be effective in communicating how much of us, and there's a huge community of us out there that would like Warner Brothers to release the Snyder Cut. And hopefully also allow Zack the permission to finish off his cut as well. So even if we get an incomplete cut out there, that's all well and good. But we would also like Zack to finish it up if he can, polish it up, finish it up. And however, whatever means necessary to get that thing finished, we would love to participate in it, whether it's financing it or whatever. We, the fans, actually want this to be a reality. So, yeah. So, yeah. You said, I wish I could go to Comic-Con. Too much money, dude. Actually, let me tell you how you can get to go to Comic-Con. What you have to do is sometimes you have to get sponsored. So what you can do is this is the way, because everything's possible in this life. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money. What you have to do is find people who you could also win a ticket to go there. There were people who were giving out tickets to go to Comic-Con. Now, once you get a ticket, it depends on what part of the world you're in. You have to make sure you have a visa or something to get into the country if you're outside of the America. If you're inside of the United States of America, then all you got to do now is get your passage money. And to get your passage money, what you have to do again is probably get somebody to sponsor you money to get a flight to go in. So again, there are ways to go about doing this and actually getting people to sponsor you to go to these various events if that's really what you want. So I'll suggest there's nothing in this life that keeps you back if you really want to do something, but it's how much you really want to do it. So again, with the internet there, you could contact some people who are friends and they could get you tickets. They can get you different things, So I'm just saying again, you got school. All right. You had to line that up for the weekend. Yeah. I'm surprised you have school right now. It's the vacation, maybe you have vacation classes. Well, maybe next year. Line up for Comic-Con 2019. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself in order. San Diego's right down there in the south there and after Mexico and stuff. Mexico's actually right across from San Diego, actually. So get yourself in order, get your stuff together, and go down to San Diego. I've been down to San Diego and back in 2008, I think it was. I was down in San Diego. It was really a lovely place. It's a beautiful place, man. It's beautiful. I remember I was in San Diego to do MCAT. Yeah, I went to do my MCAT down in San Diego. Vegathon says, not for me, man. School's always going on for me. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey man, keep on studying, man. One day you won't have to go to school like that. But here's the thing. You know, you need to take a break every now and then and maybe just take a break for the weekend and get down there and spend 2, 3 days and come back up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, San Diego Comic-Con, man, it's doable for anybody. Everything's doable. Maybe next year though. Yeah, yeah, we could all make it. If you want, if you want us all to get down there to Comic Con, you want us all to get there. I'll make sure my visa's in order, and I'll try and get down there. You know what I'm saying? With you guys, and we can all sponsor each other, get stuff done. We can all see each other down at Comic Con. So if you guys really want to do this, we could be down in Comic Con next year because Wonder Woman comes out at the end of next year, which means for Comic-Con, they're going to have a lot of Wonder Woman stuff going on. So we can start planning. All the DCEU fans, we can start planning. We'll help one another to get the different goals we need to be able to get down to Comic-Con. How's that? You down with that? All right, then. Next year it is. We'll be in 2019 San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to get down there. We're going to have to get we can do fundraiser. Yeah, we could do an online fundraiser as well. GoFundMe or something. But in addition, what we could do also is we got to get costumes and stuff, man. We're going down to Comic-Con, man. So we got to get costumes and we got to get looks and stuff. And we're going to go down to Comic-Con. Yeah, I'm down with that. And it's a year we have to plan. So, you know, some of us will be able to sponsor some of us that are going down. We had to make arrangements for where we get a car, so whoever has a license or whatever to drive people around. So there you go. I'm loving this. So we could actually make the arrangement. All right. All right, cool. So now guys, and as many as you want to go down there, all you have to express is your desire to go down there. We'll have to work towards how we will raise the money and everything, right? So the Vegathon, it's on for next year. It's on for next year. We're going to go Comic-Con next year. All right. Wonder Woman's going to be next year. I also heard that there's going to be something else coming out next year. Joker movie, I think, is coming out next year. So we may be able to check out the Joker movie as well as Wonder Woman, as well as maybe Krypton and some other things. Maybe even the DC TV stuff. And who knows? Going down to San Diego Comic-Con, you never know who you meet as well. You may meet people like, maybe you meet Zack Snyder or one of them. It'll be really cool to go down there. We'll have to find a way around booking rooms, hotel, all that stuff. We'll try and get it all sorted out. But you don't know when tickets drop. So for the next year, don't worry about that. Well, we'll be mad to book our tickets before the event, way before the event, to get down there. But I mean, I don't know where we're staying, maybe the hotel, because we may not have a friend's house or anything like that, unless there's one of us that live down in San Diego. Maybe we can stay by them if they have a place, and or temporary, or maybe not. Maybe we just get our own place. But at the end of the day, Comic-Con, baby, Comic-Con. You go in costume, I'll get my cosplay together, and we'll do something. I don't know what I'll be. I'll be going as Cyborg. Yeah, I'll be a cyborg. That's what I'll be. If I'm going down there, I'm a cyborg. I don't see a lot of cyborgs in Comic-Con. So it'd be really cool to be a cyborg. Maybe there's a lot more just that I haven't seen it. I know it's a very big event. So, you know, we'll be able to go to all the stores and stuff, the major ones. Trying to get into Hall H. I hear people sometimes camp outside of Hall H for days before they can get into Hall H. So depending on what's showing on Wonder Woman next year, oh shucks, there's gonna be a lot of people camping out in Hall H. So we have to try and get tickets for Hall H so we can get in there and try and get a good position so we can see what's going on and people and interviews and stuff like that. So it should be awesome, man. And probably we'll meet some people as well. you know, maybe actors or different people. It'd be nice to just to meet them as a fan. And so, yeah, that would be nice. So San Diego Comic-Con, man. Yeah, there are a lot of Jokers out there. There's a lot of Harley Quinns as well. Joker, Harley Quinn, they're very popular. As well as Wonder Woman's. There's a lot of Wonder Woman's out there. You know. So yeah. Yeah, let's do that. 2019. Let's make it fun, man. Let's do something, you know, we haven't done in a long time. Let's take a journey, man, a little trip, you know. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It's late in the night. It's 2:06 where I live, so it's in the morning. So I have to go to my bed and sleep. Sometimes my body kind of vibrates because I have a lot of, like, I don't know, gas or something. So it takes a little while to unwind from this computer and go to sleep. And I had to drink a lot of water because I'm out in the sun a lot. So that's why I had to stay up. I had to drink water to make sure that I get hydrated, because when I sleep in the night, I dry out so badly that sometimes I can actually strangle. Literally, my throat collapses and it's like sticking to itself. So I have to make sure I drink a lot of water so that I don't choke and die. I know it sounds funny, but it's, you know. So anyway, man, have a good night. I'm going to shut it down too. San Diego Comic-Con, baby. Yes, we're going to try and make that happen. All right, guys, have a good one.